It's 2 days before payday. You open your banking app, not because you want to, but because you have to. And the number staring back at you is $74. Not zero, not overdrawn, just $74. Enough to make you feel like you're surviving, but not enough to feel like you're okay. And the worst part? You've been here before. Same spot, different month. You didn't buy anything crazy. No vacations, no designer purchases, no reckless decisions. Just normal life. Groceries, gas, a few small things here and there. And somehow, the money is just gone again. If that's familiar, here's something important. This is not a willpower problem. This is not a laziness problem. And honestly, for a lot of people, it's not even an income problem. It's a system problem. And the difference matters, because if you've been blaming yourself for this cycle, you've been solving the wrong problem.
My name is Alex, and I spend way too much time thinking about why smart, hardworking people stay stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. If that's you right now, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Now, before we get into the 90-day plan, let's talk about why this cycle is so hard to break. Because most people try to fix it the wrong way. Here's the thing. When people feel financially stuck, the instinct is to budget harder, track every latte, cut the Netflix, restrict everything. And for about 2 weeks, that works. Then life happens. A stressful day, an unexpected bill, a moment of weakness, and suddenly you're right back where you started. Except now you also feel guilty.
Here's what most people don't realize. Willpower-based systems fail because they require you to make the right decision every single time. And nobody does that. The real fix isn't trying harder. It's building a system that makes the right behavior automatic and the wrong behavior harder to do. That's exactly what this 90-day plan is designed to do. 3 phases, 30 days each. Every phase builds on the last. By the end, you're not just surviving until payday, you're operating completely differently. Let's start with phase 1, days 1 through 30. Stop the bleed. Before you can move forward, you have to stop the money from disappearing. And to do that, you need to know where it's actually going. Not where you think it's going, where it's actually going.
Here's a fast way to find out. Pull up your last 30 days of bank statements. Go through every transaction and sort them into 3 buckets. Fixed, things like rent, utilities, insurance, phone. Variable essentials, groceries, gas, basic transportation. And everything else. Subscriptions, takeout, impulse purchases, random online buys. Most people are genuinely surprised by that 3rd bucket. Not because they're irresponsible, but because small purchases are invisible in the moment. A $9 app charge here, a $14 lunch there, a $23 impulse order at midnight. Individually, they feel harmless. But here's the math. Spending just $20 per day on small, forgettable purchases adds up to $600 per month. That's $7,200 per year. For most people, that 3rd bucket is hiding hundreds of dollars they didn't realize they were spending. Once you see it, you can fix it. And the fix isn't suffering through restriction, it's separation. Open a second bank account this week. Label it spending. Every payday, transfer only your flexible spending money into that account. When it's gone, it's gone. Your bills account stays untouched. This single move eliminates the most common cause of overspending, seeing a big balance and treating all of it like available money. This is where it gets really interesting, because the research backs this up. Behavioral economist Richard Thaler, who won the Nobel Prize for his work in this area, found that people manage money in mental buckets. When everything sits in one account, the brain treats it all as spendable. Separate the accounts and your brain immediately recalibrates. Phase 1 goal: know exactly where every dollar goes. Have 2 accounts set up and running by day 30. Phase 2, days 31 through 60. Build the buffer. Here's the reason the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle feels inescapable. There's no gap between income and expenses.
Money arrives, money leaves, repeat. The only way to break the cycle permanently is to create a gap, even a small one. The target for phase 2 is $500 in a separate, untouchable savings account. Not $5,000, not 3 months of expenses, just $500. Why? Because $500 is enough to absorb most random surprises, a car repair, an unexpected bill, a medical copay, without sending you straight to a credit card. Now, you might be thinking, Alex, if I had extra money lying around, I wouldn't be in this situation. Totally fair. So here's how to find it without feeling like you're starving. First, go back to that third bucket from phase 1. Pick 2 things to cut temporarily. Not forever, just for 30 days. 2 subscriptions you rarely use, 2 takeout meals per week replaced with a cheap home meal. That alone could free up $80 to $120 per month for most people. Second, add 1 income spike, 1 weekend, 1 fast move. Sell 3 things collecting dust in your home. Do a single gig shift. Offer to help someone move, clean, or run errands. The goal isn't a second career. The goal is 1 fast $100 to $200 that accelerates the buffer. Third, automate the savings transfer. Set it to move $50 or $100 automatically the day after payday. Not when you remember, not if you feel like it. Right after payday, before you touch anything else. Let's look at the math. Cut $100 from the third bucket, add $150 from a weekend income spike, automate $100 per payday. In 30 days, that's $350. Add a second paycheck automation, and you're at $500 before day 60. Phase 2 goal, $500 sitting in a separate account, untouched, labeled emergency only. By day 60, you have a financial shock absorber for the first time, possibly ever. Phase 3, days 61 through 90. Create forward momentum. This is where the cycle actually breaks. Not because something dramatic happened, but because the system is now working without you having to think about it constantly. By day 60, you have 2 things most paycheck-to-paycheck people don't have. Visibility. You know exactly where your money goes. And a buffer. You have $500 that didn't exist 60 days ago. Phase 3 is about using that foundation to build actual momentum. Step 1 in Phase 3 is increasing your savings rate by just 1%. If you're currently saving nothing, start saving 1% of your income automatically. If you earn $3,000 per month, that's $30. It sounds almost too small to matter, but here's what most people don't realize. The habit matters more than the amount at this stage, because once the habit exists, increasing it is easy. Step 2 is targeting 1 debt. Not all of them, just 1. Pick the smallest balance or the highest interest rate. Throw any extra money at that single target. Watching 1 debt disappear creates momentum that makes the next one feel possible. Step 3 is protecting the system from your own emotions, because the biggest threat to Phase 3 isn't a bad month, it's a good one. You get a bonus, you get a raise, your brain says, treat yourself, you've earned it. And that's where lifestyle inflation quietly resets all the progress. The rule that prevents this, every time your income goes up, save at least half of the increase before you upgrade anything. Half to savings, half to enjoy. That one rule has more long-term impact than almost any budgeting trick. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Marcus. Marcus was making decent money, around $3,200 per month, but every month ended the same way. Nearly empty account, low-grade financial anxiety, and the constant feeling that something was wrong with him. He wasn't reckless, he just had no system. He ran this exact 3-phase plan. By day 30, he'd found $340 in monthly spending leaks he genuinely hadn't noticed. By day 60, he had $500 saved for the first time in 2 years. By day 90, he'd paid off a $400 credit card balance and had automated savings running in the background without thinking about it. He told me something that stuck. It wasn't that I suddenly had more money, it was that I stopped dreading the end of the month. That's the real goal here. Not wealth overnight, just stopping the dread. So here's the 90-day roadmap. Phase 1, audit your spending, set up 2 accounts, stop the invisible leaks. Phase 2, build a $500 buffer through small cuts and 1 income spike. Phase 3, automate savings, attack 1 debt, and protect your progress from lifestyle inflation. 90 days from now is coming whether you run this plan or not. The only question is whether you'll still be watching your balance hit $74 2 days before payday, or whether you'll actually feel like you're getting ahead. If this helped you think about the paycheck cycle differently, hit subscribe. And I want to know, what's the one thing that drains your paycheck the fastest every month? Drop it in the comments, because you might be surprised how many people are dealing with the exact same thing.